in the red and white and the from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. Much more predominantly black trunks of Charles Tondo. Experience the southpaw, height and reach and skill set should all be, which in fight number 29, he's won 16 of them, the Tony Curtis Jr. But great to have a chance to look at him.
Here on the ropes from Tondo. He can't let Tondo get into this fight. He's got... Yeah, just get backed up, be the boss. He's got to try and hold the centre of the ring. Hand there, but...
Oh, good right hand. Lovely.
Get those quick hands off, those sharp counters, just missing with the right
hand.
He set that up there, he was walking to his... Tondo there's a lovely right hand there. That's spike, only little steps. He's walking to his right, just trying to square up. Need that shot as well from Curtis.
Body shots.
When he's letting his shots go, sorry Adam.
From the...
Needs to keep that chin down though.
Oh, Tanzania, what a start to this. First minute and 10 seconds.
So just keep it long, just keep turning to the shot. Don't worry about trying to be too fast. You've got natural speed, you have to force the speed. A bit of weight in the shot, but maintain the distance, maintain the speed. And also, don't try and punch too hard. Just push up that back leg, maintain the accuracy.
How many fighters are desperate to...
Look, you've got very quick hands, nice variety.
Make a real impression tonight.
Yeah, they are. Look, they're seizing their moment. Sea of shots, Curtis, but he's got to get that chin down. It's the only thing I can see. Onto the chest, can't be carrying that high. And he's brought right now, when you've got that kind of guard, that chin needs to be touched.
His feet closer together here, Curtis, because the first thing I noticed when he came out in the start, and really manoeuvre quick enough if something happens in the round. His feet were way too wide, which means you just can't. It may anchor you down for a bit more power, but it just takes away being more evasive and using that speed a lot better here. In mobility. Feet are closer together now.
Just out of range there. But Curtis has had this sort of meteoric ride, though, who is much more seasoned. He's as a teenager, and now it's the...
Desperate to land that right hand, Curtis, and he's just neglecting the jab. Look,
time to unleash him.
He's just pouring it out, looking for that right hand. Just get over that jab. That will open a nice rhythm with that lead hand, up and down, bit of variety. Open up your opponent for that right hand.
And he's got this jab, he can do feint and go bam, 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 straight away. Nice and quick. He the feint and then let a combination off. I don't think he has a feint.
I'm just thinking about it, Curtis Jr. A little more at the end of the opening round, Tony Curtis.
Hey, bạn đã try to knock out. You gave a big shout, they'll come try. Like what I said, how you did it. So nobody can knock. You don't need to knock. Give me one for him out. How you feel? You good? Okay. Take that out. Feel me? You need a little bit of love. You don't want to do a shot. But you see, you're the boss, right?
Yeah, the legend of boxing in the corner. Yes, it really is. Roy Jones Jr.
I'll say about using the jab. Look what he's done there for that right hand. Don't neglect that shot. It's such a... He jabs to the body, and that is how we found that opening. Important shot. You hear it time and time again.
Family holiday to Dubai when he was 13. The story with Roy Jones is that Curtis went on a family stay and he started training. He heard Roy Jones was at the gym with Roy Jones.
What a fighter. Honestly, what in his...
Went to see him and then he ended up in Florida.
Prime. Arguably the best ever. Incredible.
Short window where I agree with you. He was one of the absolute...
He was the fighter in the 90s, wasn't he?
Yeah, wasn't he? And there was the absolute finest of all time. Then Kate wasn't quite the same. If he'd stopped there, wow. Down, didn't he, after he won the heavyweight championship against John Ruiz, and it
was just that sole defeat, wasn't it, to Griff, the next fight after the first round. But Tondo's come out here, been disqualified, but destroyed him in the... A bit more meaning in this second round. He needs to try and
that'll help Curtis, actually. I think with Tondo coming forward, I think he'll
get a foothold in this contest.
Be able to get that speed. There's nice left foot there.
Good hand speed from Tondo. A tricky night for the vacant W, though. Body shots are decent. He gave Dennis the youth super bantamweight title. This won't be in any way overawed by Tondo flyweight. He's been around here, and he's only Curtis.
I don't think technically he's a problem for you. Help out on trying to stop him. I mean, you've got to try and get the stoppage. I mean, if you just go, it's just about your engine. If your engine's good, and you're not close to your boxing ability, and you can fight at a high pace, just a mark over your fitness, and how you can manage it well. I think you'll have a relatively easy night with him. But if there's a crane, then maybe he can sort of make you work hard, make you struggle.
The 12-round distance for once.
So for a little bit.
And look, he's definitely a step up for Curtis. He's completely a WBO youth champion, Tondo, so his prospects. He's a winner. He wants to win, he wants to upset the...
That's a good jab, that's got a good feet as well. Maybe it's just got to learn to maybe make that move a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, and it's had negative maybe, but it's a jab and get out of the distance, don't get caught. A better angle out to come back with a counter attack.
When he utilises the long leverage, lovely right hand from Curtis. He's got the big reach, hasn't he?
And you stick to that. You just keep doing what you do well.
And he moves well.
No need to change him. You've got to step up like this. Some quick, don't get greedy. Someone in front of you is physically strong. Just keep it nice and long, nice.
The song is being voiced here as we... Well, the Southampton football await later on Ryan Garner, who's packed his place out time and again now.
Huh? You good? Much better. How you feel? Around, okay? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. All what you do is stay in control. Now listen, what I do know is muscle. I like your left because you stay in control, right? You go to your left? You don't like it. You want to push it back? Go to your left. You don't like it at all? Yeah. You don't like it at all when you move your left. You like all day. You don't like when you move your left. Left, right? So the leg go with you don't want to go.
Right on the zone here.
And
we've had some really...
So you just about getting time on the
Very
you
warm
step
up
off
the
the
back.
hand.
Really good action already. Area champion. Hassan, terrific performance by Carl Fail to become Midlands Shaq with a super professional debut. Who are right opposite us over the other side of the ring. In front of Hamza Shiraz and Adam Aziz. And in it, Tony Curtis from south around the world. And now begins East London, who's at times in Dubai fought to get a base in Britain. And Charles Tondo seen it all. Curtis in.
Lets him punch off that
Before he's beckoning.
feint now, Adam. He's feinting, he's getting a reaction through. I think even more so probably the left hook. When you see, look, he goes to feint then from Tondo. He's not firing that right hand jab. And he gets a reaction from Tondo. Looks to parry with the left hook.
Some good patience here, though.
The jab with the right hand, that's when you fire through.
Curtis, you know, again, Tondo dropped his hands trying to lure him on a little, certainly at this point in the fight. So he just took his time, he just walked it. You know, I think he knows he can't really hurt him. Tried to walk him down with the jab and then retreat him when he realised nothing was boxing sensible at the minute.
Only stop is
on. He's trying to overplay his hand here, Curtis.
This year for Tondo in Lennon Mulligan, who's now 7-0. This is 4 rounds in Glasgow by the prospects. Good work from Tondo. He's had a rover point here. Yeah, so far, and I think he's trying to put
Mulligan ranked in the bantamweight rankings. I think this one.
Yeah, well, that's a rubbish division, isn't it? Name one good fight.
Super flyweight.
In the super flyweight division.
no one knew that.
Right. No, bam. One of the best pound for pound top 4.
Absolutely. One in November. I proved it, didn't he, again last weekend. He'll be back in action. What are we making of
By skipping around a little bit too much. I mean, when you're dancing around like that,
Tony Curtis?
he's okay, but I think sometimes he's inviting the trouble. You should be flicking that jab, travelling that jab up. You've got the range, turn to a bay a little bit, that's all, and it allows you to manoeuvre it. And it might not be a scoring shot, there might not be nothing on it, but you just keep around into a more favourable position. Get your hand
Jab there, but not over-exaggerating that movement.
to go even more authority.
That was good. A little step back. He threw just a single back in straight line. Just taking half a step back, make Tondo full.
Stepping on again, that's it really. The legs are still got a little bit wide again now.
So then you can fire back with that right hand.
Just a few more feet as they were at the start of the contest. Just short, a bit more mobility. You want to be more fluent with your work. Rattle them a little bit closer together. There's your combinations off, and then get out of trouble. So power, you have to work that way until you get a bit more. And when you don't carry that man strength and maturity.
I think he's enjoying this. Wednesday, August, Charles Tondo. The 13th, Riyadh. So, Moses Atama, big-time boxing, returning to against Dillian White is the feature at Tondo, and the quarterfinals of the WV Straction of Esports World Cup Fight Week. Comes on the Sea Grand Prix, August 13th. I know Barry
really is. You get all these kids who either not getting a look in for.
You enjoy doing that, don't you?
The Grand Prix, it's a fantastic tournament. You might lose in one part of the world, not with the right promoter.
Concern is what I'm going to do in Saudi on that Wednesday. Where's my
And the opportunity to show just the act. It's been a fantastic tournament. So
my golf partner's gone.
So you're not going to be at the boxing
with any sort, because Darren doesn't have talent, so it's just a real win.
And working. Not like I play golf in the air, am I?
We don't involve Darren. Wasted having there, really.
Darren on the golf course all week. We hope to see him.
Listen, that's the step up we've been waiting for.
It is terrific for Moses Atama and Dillian White. Quite a big fight. Big fight. August the 16th. Thick and fast. The flyweight division. Tony Curtis, Charles Tondo through the summer on the zone. Second half of this one in the Super. Who's been aggressive. Body work. One or two.
Taking his feet here.
Just up against the ropes. He's got him straying a little bit low, but Curtis is just hurt here and sucked in some of these body shots. And I think Charles Tondo.
Careful when he crouches down, those elbows sort of stay quite high.
He's really beginning to fancy this.
Oh, he's really letting his hands go. He's got to be, and he's very open to the body there.
Got off the rope. Physically, he real intent to quicken the area, though, Curtis. I did say, I was going to say at the start of the round, touch feet up. And rather than try and walk him down.
Picking by Curtis after being under the assault
there, Curtis. He ran him down to the corner.
Good punch ult there, but I like the way Charles Tondo has gone about this. You can still see the ambition. There's blood to his nose, but this Tanzanian, he's lost a few recently, but he's trying to teach this youngster a trick or two.
Yeah, and I think he'll probably be the younger sharpshooter Tony Curtis. Old Draggy be thinking, look, if I can survive the first 3 rounds, it's going to be an onslaught him into horrible places in the second half of the fight. He's trying. Curtis just gliding nicely out of range. This is where he needs to get to work. This movement, though, is frustrating Tondo, from as he did earlier in this round.
This is where he wanted. Dance his way around almost, get out of him, trying to cover up here. Curtis and dip and trouble, uppercuts coming back.
And you got also don't need to put yourself on the rope. What Curtis needs to learn to do, with nothing landed there from Tondo, to be honest, from Curtis, but he just moves well, he punches well, is pivot. He needs a sharp pivot behind him. And you can't throw back, but he can land on you. Almost, so you're 180 degrees. You go right behind.
Good work there from Curtis. Hasn't really fought. He's 110, he lost his debut. Don't read anything into that, John. Too many so far in his 11 victories. And Nelson lost his first 3. 3-0. Bit of showboating now from Charles Tondo.
That's a very good
knockouts though on the slate. Maybe not the biggest punches move by the way. It is, isn't it?
Touching the ankle.
I thought of that in the corner. The other corner.
A chicken walk, wasn't it? Good left hand there from Tondo. Another good shot.
I told you he was a decent fighter who went in with Dennis McCann.
That's probably the first success he's had. He's been pushing forward in this round.
But Darren was eating chocolate at the time. He couldn't give me an answer.
This is really good from Tondo. Really good finish to the round. You could see I was eating then as well. You did that on purpose. But this...
I thought we've got a great fight coming up tonight between Ghana. He won that round. Charles Tondo and Bellotti, and this one in just a few weeks' time. Another firecracker. Jack Rafferty, under August the 23rd from Altrincham, is defeated, always in good fights, in Chamberlain. Really, with the very aggressive southpaw. Really good fight. August the 23rd. World title fights, and we're getting good. We're getting domestic crackers. We're getting preliminary fights like this one. It's a decent learning
fight or 50-50 fights. As long as they can
one for Tony Curtis.
10 seconds. Whether they're learning and you're seeing the quality and the future stars coming through, that's what it's all about.
British
and the quality of opposition to elevate to the next step.
Debut of the 19-year-old. He's got a tragedy in the family. He lost his baby cousin Peter on the waistband of his trunk, and they called him Peter Rabbit. There was a nice tribute to him. He's had family tragedy to deal with, but just shutting them earlier as Tony got into the ring. Shut out and I guess fighting for his memory tonight.
Yeah, of course. He's a man on a mission.
With his cousin, and also just trying to get the job done.
For reasons, there was a nice pivot that Barry was asking for. Just loading up with that left hook. Tondo with the experience that he's moment ago, but this is better. Getting to work, head and body. Got just avoiding the shot. It's his fifth round. Not really got going yet, has he? Expected Tondo to be a bit quicker at the start of it. Again, Curtis is pouring with that lead hand, Barry.
Yeah, to the top there, but I think he's boxed him out, Curtis, for the most. No, he's got to be careful of that, because that gives you the opportunity, especially with a southpaw, to throw that right hand over. I don't think he's ever going to be a big puncher, but he's a good mover.
Side of the crowd.
And they're all just imitating people, aren't they?
Look at that. That be fast.
Tondo, Roy Jones, Curtis, Billy Joe Saunders.
Boxing well, I think, when he gets the space and that's it. No, he's keeps it at distance, at range, and Tony Curtis.
That's where he needs to be. Too much skirting around.
No, doing less now, and this is much better.
From the outside of the ring. He needs to try and get back to the centre. Bad movement, don't get me wrong, but now hold your feet there, stop there, and then let your shots go. Just getting bullied a little bit here, so let your shots go.
And also, when you're not a puncher, when you're moving around against the walls of people who will gun you, but you have to move. Of course, you have to move low, so you can't hold your feet completely all the time. You can rope. It's got to be like an electric fence on the back of your leg. Once it touches you, you got to hold your feet for a little bit of a rest. When you've got energy like he still has now, pivot, spin, and get away from there. Only when you're tired, you start to change the direction, keep feinting. All those things are traps.
He was straight off the ropes, and here he is to you. He did exactly that when you said it, Barrett. Darren trying to command the ring a bit more and a little less hard.
Yeah, you can sink these to the body, Curtis.
Now from Charles Tondo, maybe not trained quite as...
Don't look for the head of Tondo. Jab, jab.
What you do here as well is you watch people like Bam Rodriguez.
Stab that left into the body.
And you go, you step one and slide the other side. So it's just a way of playing so they can fire back. Give them a different angle so they have to open up the body for the left hook. You don't punch on the square in the body that hit you.
I didn't think he had the best fourth round. He's got things under control here. But he's had a much better fifth here, Tony Curtis.
Great round. How you feeling?
Huyu jamaa usimpe chance ya kusukume kwenye kona. Kwa hivyo usimpe nafasi.
Pretty slow walk
Na
back to
huyu
the
naambiwa ni
corner.
mwembamba lakini ana nguvu.
For Charles
Tell
Tondo.
you out, it's the only chance of winning.
Unasikia?
This round, he's got to pressure the guy the whole round.
Yatakana umsikize kocha wako katika
Just having a look at him. The injury.
Usimpe
The eye.
mswako na usimpe nafasi.
Can't, if he's
Yeah, but this fight might be over, I think.
Na huyu jamaa ana
once
eneo
he stands off, the other guy will win.
Too sure.
ngumu nyingi na msukume kwenye kona.
Second time.
There's a lot of head shaking. The ref went over. I'm not...
Well,
Sixth and final round.
Not the team Tondo, but we are going to get a final set amusing inter-round there with action here. It's the sixth in the super flyweight division. Mentored by Roy Jones Jr., who's in the corner tonight. The 19-year-old Tony Curtis from Woolwich. It's been great having Roy around. We saw him in New York, engaged in the sport. The other week, fantastic. He's still sewing.
That was good. Little spin off through the left to the body.
There's a good little fighter here in Curtis, I think. There's a few things
From Curtis.
he do a little bit better, but he's got the ingredients to be a better feet. Just be a little bit smarter with the movements. Everything like a fighter here. I think he puts his punches together quite well. He's got good on again, and like Darren was saying, trying to get back to the centre of the ring. But he's young. And that allows you the ability to push an opponent back. He's too young, I would argue, but he's got loads of time
Which is why he's been overseas
to learn.
and that was the issue. He couldn't turn pro here.
There's a reason for that, and it's correct.
I like to see him as well. I've said it before.
You can turn pro too young, and it can ruin you.
Or the feints, all that pouring out the lead hand. Punch off in the feint and all pouring out. You're trying to look for an opening. As soon as you're doing it for a reason. Don't just do it. There's a reason why. See it, capitalise. Throw that left hook, throw the right.
Curtis around the ring now.
Hand afterwards.
Tondo chasing, not quite the precision of earlier, and out.
Oh, lovely, that's clever.
Classing and outboxing Tondo now, Curtis.
That was clever there from Curtis. Feinted the jab and then went to the body. He does lots of good stuff, but also, some stuff that, with the left hook.
There's things to like about him.
You do, because you're young and you're making silly mistakes, you're switching off. Be a little bit smarter with his ring management, his footwork, be more on again, but There's lot to work with. But he can be economical with it, and that'll make him much more effective.
Now he's in Britain and he's got the support and obviously
Fighter, and that jab's a good weapon, he doesn't use it enough.
the right people in his corner. How do you develop?
Lots of maturing to do, still lots of learning to do. This happened. I still think they've got matching carefully. He's still not there. I'd like to see him just trying to help a little bit defensively, get that chin. Tondo in the opening round, it was the jab to the body, drop that down, use that jab a lot more. We see when he hurt Tondo, then he threw the right hand. So understand why you're doing so.
And when you've got a young fighter, it's about just building up
certain things and work off of it.
Strength, making sure they can think for themselves is really important for a younger man to learn as a habit.
I like it.
But you can, but make sure you always can think for yourself. That's very good.
Yeah, I like the adjustment after the 4th round. Thought he was really a victory. Well, 5th and 6th, Tony Curtis. He'll get the